Hey, I'm Justin with AmericanMuscle.com, and this is our Power Pack bolt-on build-up for all 2011 and newer Mustang GTs. Power. It's a simple thing, really. It's what puts a smile on our face every time we bury the throttle, and it's why we drive a Mustang instead of a Prius. Never before has there been a factory GT that has made more power than these newer Coyote Mustangs. Now, even though this amazing 5.0 motor produces over 400 horsepower at the crank, eventually we get used to it, and it's at that point we begin our search for more. And that's what this Power Pack is all about. We're going to be installing some of the bolt-on basics and then using our dyno jet here to see what kind of improvements we made. So enough with the talking already. Let's get a quick baseline number down and then get to work installing our parts. Hey Mike, I know the guys just finished up installing the parts on our 11 here. It looks like we got some great parts that should help our Coyote motor breathe a little easier. Let's work from front to back, starting with that air raid. Now, what makes those a little bit better than the stock airbox?
Well, it's got a high-flow reusable air filter that's going to allow more air to enter the engine. The closed air box blocks all the heat from the engine from getting into the motor, and the increased size of the intake tube, again, is going to allow more air to get in the motor, allow it to breathe better, and make more power. Awesome, man. Speaking of allowing more air into the motor, we also went with 85mm BBK throttle body. What are some of the benefits of going with that? Well, while it doesn't pack the biggest punch in horsepower, it's a great complementary mod. And thanks to the pre-installed electronics from BBK, it makes it a very simple install. Now let's move on to the business side of things. I know we've got a couple parts from MagnaFlow for the exhaust, starting with their TrueX X pipe. Explain, if you will, the benefits of using an off-road X or H pipe, and what can we expect? Well, you're going to eliminate the catalytic converters, which is going to increase airflow. And we have the X pipe, which is going to do a real good job in scavenging the exhaust, again, making more horsepower. Now at the back, we've installed the MagnaFlow Street Axleback system, which is an aggressive sound, but it's not too loud, and we're not going to have any of the drums. Now, I know each one of these parts individually does not require a tune, but you really stress the importance of kind of bringing them all together with one of your custom Bama tunes. Why is that? Well, with a Bama tune, we take all the modifications into effect when we build the tune for the car. While the air raid doesn't require a tune because of the modular Venturi insert, we've removed the insert to increase the airflow, increase the horsepower. But it also wraps everything else together. The drive-by-wire, the calibration for the pedal, the transmission calibration, and a bunch of other things that we do, kind of wrap the whole package together. Well, there's only one more thing to do, I guess, right? And see what kind of power it makes? Absolutely. Let's do it. So our baseline run with our automatic 2011 GT gave us 337 horsepower and 325 foot-pounds of torque. With our Power Pack installed, we put down 381 horsepower and 359 foot-pounds of torque, making for a peak horsepower gain of 44 over our baseline numbers and gains of 44 horsepower and 51 foot-pound of torque throughout the curve. Now that we know the power has really been increased, I'm going to get to work on strapping the car so I can take it out on the streets and have a little fun. All right, well, what better way to start off our Power Pack with the 2011 GT with a nice big smoky burnout, huh? I tell you what, man, the exhaust sounds great already. Definitely more grunt than the stock exhaust. We got a nice straightaway coming up here, so let's get around this bend and hammer on it and see if our Power Pack's doing its job, shall we? At a solid chirp in third gear. The car winds out way harder than it did before. Those shift points have definitely been raised a few hundred RPM, and the car pulls like a bat out of hell, man. It's awesome. Like I said about the exhaust, MagnaFlow did a great job at creating the Street Series, which is a nice balance between that classic muscle sound, but also, you know, it keeps it tame. You can still cart your mom around town and she's not going to be complaining the whole time, my car is too loud. So I love it, man. It sounds great. Now, of course, we got the cold air installed along with the throttle body, parts that you're probably not going to notice are installed when they're working in conjunction with everything else, but we've seen the results on the dyno. We know they're doing their job, and that's just the whole point of this Power Pack, man. We got a bunch of parts working together for us to one common goal of making this thing really rip, and boy, does it, as you just saw. So that's it for our Power Pack, the 2011 GT. I'm going to go incinerate some more tires, but in the meantime, be sure to check out more of our 2011 and up bolt-on build-ups. We're going to make the car look a little bit better and make it handle like it's on rails.